Okay, everyone, Miss White here, and today we're going to learn a new part of grammar, part of speech with grammar, and we're going to use grammar graphics to do it. So, the thing today will be direct objects, but before we even begin direct objects, I just want to review. So let's take a minute and review what we already know. And remember, it's really important to follow the steps and ask the questions, because starting today, if we don't ask those questions, you're going to get the answer wrong. So, let's start here. Tanya, Saren, and Will rescued the baby bird and carried it back to its nest. What happened? They rescued a baby bird. That's the first question we should always ask. What happened? Anything else happen? Tanya and Saren and Will rescued the baby bird and carried it back to its nest. Oh, what happened? Carried. Who carried? Who rescued? What rescued? What carried? Well, Tanya, Saren, and Will. So those are our subject nouns, and those are going to be the big black box. And you're like, big black box? Don't worry, you'll learn about it in a minute. Okay, now we've also learned about fanboys. Do we see any fanboys? For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Well, I see two ands, and that would be your conjunctions. And that means we want to put an orange plus sign. Okay, the next one, let's practice when we are making our own sentences. The big something, fanboys, the little something, did something down the snowing hill. Well, my thought is the big cat and the little girl. The big cat and the little girl slid down the snowy hill. Great. And then, what is this symbol? Do you remember? What's that called? You kind of already talked about it. But what's it called? It's called a conjunction. And the easiest way to remember what that is and what words it can be is by using fanboys. So for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Okay, great job with the review. Now what I would like to do is go ahead and we are going to learn about direct objects. Well, direct objects are also a type of noun. Well, we already learned about subject nouns. That's this big black box, right? And we know that it answers the question who or what. Well, so does the direct object. But this is a medium black box. We'll be learning about a small black box later on, so keep in mind that this is a medium black box. And like a noun, it can still be a person, place, thing, or idea. And we just want to make sure that you understand that these are both types of nouns. One is a subject noun, one is a direct object noun. The direct object noun also answers the question who or what. But it doesn't answer who or what did something like a subject noun. Instead, it answers who did something, who or what. So just hold on a second. We'll practice this. Okay. Listen very, very carefully. Okay, so we know that this is a direct object. It's the small box. And then the subject noun is the big box. And then we know about verbs and conjunctions. Okay. The monkey quickly climbed the coconut tree. First question, what happened? Climbed. Who or what climbed? The monkey. And remember that your subject noun is a black box. It's totally filled in. And I have to get black back up on my color palette so I can color it in. Okay. The monkey climbed. Okay, now is where we ask about our subject noun. Monkey climbed what? Or the monkey climbed who? So in this case, it's the tree. And notice that this is a smaller box than the subject noun. Right? That's it for that. Oh, I guess we should have checked. Do we see anything with fanboys? Nope. That's okay. No conjunctions in this sentence. Let's do another one. A good student needs a sharp pencil. What happened? What's going on? They need something. So needs. Who needs? What needs? That's the second question. The student needs. A student needs who or what? If it can answer the question, what are they needing? A pencil. Okay. One thing I want to point out, so I'm going to add a fourth question down here real quick. If we had a good student sat in a desk. Okay, if we have that there in the sentence, that's our sentence. A good student sat in a desk. We could say what happened. Sat. The student sat. And then we could say who sat. What sat. A student sat. So that would be our black box. A student sat what? A student sat who? There's no answer. There isn't an explanation of who or what. So, because this actually answers where, which means up, we don't put anything down. Because desk doesn't, student sat what? Nothing. A student sat where? In a desk. But that's not what we're asking. It's who or what only. So if it doesn't answer the question who or what, then there's no answer. So this sentence does not have a direct object. Okay? I'm going to erase this so that I can do this other question. Feel free to rewind the video if you want to watch that again and see that part again. Okay, so my new subject, noun, action, verb, a funny, direct object. Let's try this. My new friend, something, a funny something, drew a funny face. Sure. My new dog ate a funny bug. Okay, so you want to make sure that whatever's happening, that it makes sense. Now, if I were to say, my new friend ran a funny place, that doesn't make sense. Because you'd want to add to in there. We can't do that. My new friend sat a funny, again, that's hard. So it needs to be something that can be done to something else, since there's no preposition, which we haven't learned yet, but since there's no way to, it's not going somewhere, right? So you want to watch what kind of verb you use in these sentences. Okay? Okay, so let's review. I want you to review what question do we ask first? When we see a sentence, what is the first thing you should ask? So this is like our map. And I'm going to call it the map to success because this is the order we need to ask questions in so that we can get all the answers 100% right. Because that's the goal, to know this stuff. So the first thing we want to ask is, what happened? Okay, and that's identifying our verb. Please notice that the verb does not have a box around it. It's just a red ball. Okay, so what happened? This is our action verb. The second thing we want to identify is who or what happened. To who? Who or what did this? Okay? And this is how we're going to find our subject noun. And our subject noun is a black box, right? Okay. Then we already know who or what did something. Okay, so we have our black box and we know what they did. And what we were trying to figure out is what did they do this? So that would be and this is our smaller box. This is our direct object. Okay. And then finally, well, at least for today, finally, we have a fourth one. But here's the thing about this fourth one, is as we add more steps, more of this is it'll be moved down to the bottom and down to the bottom and down to the bottom and down to the bottom quite often. So it won't stay as number 4. Okay? But for now, we will say, and this is when we're identifying our conjunction, we want to look for fanboys. Got it? That's our conjunction. It's the orange plus sign. If you follow these steps, you will be able to answer all the questions. And then you'll be able to totally code the sentence. Now it's your turn. In your notebook, I want you to code each of these sentences. Remember to follow the directions. And you want to make sure that the question makes sense. So Colin and Josiah watched a football game yesterday. Start with the first question. What happened? Then ask who or what did that? And then what did who or what do to what or who? If you ask those questions, you can do this. Make sure that it makes sense. Okay, that's the end of this video. Talk to you later. Bye.